If you do a quick search on YouTube for Minecraft beta, you may have noticed that these older versions have drawn quite a crowd in recent years. These versions of Minecraft are over 13 years old and have only a fraction of the content, but with so many videos in the hundreds of thousands, even millions of views, and a dedicated fanbase calling it the golden age of Minecraft, it begs the question, what's going on here? Your first instinct is probably to dismiss these older versions, and rightfully so. They have way less content than Minecraft today. I mean, look at the block selection for beta 1.7.3, which is the last version of Minecraft without sprinting and the hunger system. Yeah, that's it. It pales in comparison to 1.21, which has hundreds of block types, variants, colors, and items. But I think there's more to the story than meets the eye. Hello everyone, my name is JBenz, and I'm here to share my perspective on why I think these older versions of Minecraft still hold weight today, and how they keep players coming back over a decade later. After hitting the Create World button and eagerly watching the terrain generate, you spawn in your world. You find yourself on a beach, abandoned, with no one and nothing around. As you start playing, you realize there's no end goals to achieve or bosses to fight. On the surface, this seems like a major letdown. I mean, who would want to play a game that provides no obstacles or challenges to complete? But, in my opinion, this is what makes older Minecraft so great. Minecraft Beta is a game meant for you to pour your creativity into, and you get to decide exactly how to play it. Your only goals and achievements are the ones that you come up with. There aren't side quests to tackle like raiding trial chambers or defeating the Ender Dragon, and that's not to say that having those things is bad or anything, it's just a different experience entirely. I like to think of classic Minecraft worlds as a blank canvas, where you have the freedom to paint it in whichever way you'd like, because you really don't have any other option. You can do this in modern Minecraft too, but it feels like there's more linearity to the progression of your world, especially when there's a dimension that's literally called the end. If you're a completionist like me, you probably feel obligated to do those things, but with beta Minecraft, I don't feel the need to complete any side quests because they just don't exist. And because of that, I feel like my creativity is put at the forefront. And that's what really makes me keep coming back to Minecraft beta. There are no gimmicks, no novel features that wear off in a few weeks, it's just you and Minecraft at its very core. The progression of your Minecraft world is entirely in your hands, and although you may have a small selection of blocks to choose from, in a way, I think this can actually encourage creativity rather than hinder it. First of all, let me say that the selection of blocks in Minecraft today is incredible. I mean, you can build just about anything you can think of, and I've seen so many builds that just blow my mind. But for myself, a lot of the time when I'm deciding what to build, I find the number of blocks to choose from to be a bit overwhelming. They offer so many possibilities that I often get stuck thinking about what to build and how to build it, rather than just getting started in building. And even when I do finish a build, it usually doesn't turn out as well as I thought it would. On the flip side, all the blocks in beta just work together, which means you don't need to be an incredible builder to make something that looks decent. From the crunchy textures to the more blocky mobs and items, there's a certain charm to older Minecraft that can't be replicated, and I enjoy the challenge of trying to build something with the limited resources that it provides. Again, this is entirely my own experience as a longtime mediocre builder, but I know a lot of other people share the same sentiment that I do. I think what it comes down to is the fact that there's a greater learning curve when building in Minecraft today. With more blocks to choose from, you have to know what works together and what doesn't. This complexity is a major bonus for a lot of people, but others also enjoy the simplicity of Minecraft beta. As you start settling into that Minecraft beta world for a bit, get a cozy little cottage going, and have a few successful mining trips under your belt, you start to realize something. It's a completely different experience trying to survive compared to modern Minecraft. I mean, this is pretty obvious on the surface, but as the years have gone on, these incremental updates have slowly but surely changed the entire feel of surviving in your world. Even though Minecraft is the same game at its core, with the same general formula for trying to survive, gather wood and basic supplies on the first day, build a base, and go mining to get geared up, it's the framework for how to survive that's a completely unique experience, especially for players who have never played the beta versions before. One of the first things you'll notice is that things just move at a slower pace. And I don't mean that if you compare both new and old Minecraft that it'll take longer to find diamonds in beta. I mean that when playing older Minecraft, things literally move more slowly. The most obvious example of this is the fact that there's no sprinting. This means that even menial things like going around gathering wood can take more time than you'd expect. And that's not to mention the fact that animals also spawn much more frequently, incentivizing you to go out and explore your world, as opposed to farming. It's this shift to slower-paced exploration that draws in a lot of players. As silly as this sounds, it kinda reminds me to just take it easy and enjoy Minecraft for what it is. Speaking from personal experience, it snaps me out of that grinding mentality and makes me reflect on the fact that I'm just playing this block game for fun. I mean, some of my favorite memories in Minecraft are the ones where I'm just walking around exploring my world, or getting lost in an endless cave system looking for diamonds. And as you start to explore your world, you'll realize that the terrain generation is entirely different too. Admittedly, it may seem a bit boring at first, spawning on a beach in a world that looks fairly bland, but it doesn't take long until you start to see mountains with dramatic cliff sides, or floating islands with waterfalls. This fantasy feel of older Minecraft is hard to articulate, but I think it speaks for itself the more you begin to explore. Take this seed for example, with a floating island and multiple waterfalls overlooking a lake. I can already imagine building a castle up there, or maybe even a quaint little cabin. Beta Minecraft doesn't try to take itself too seriously, and the fact that terrain generation isn't realistic is pretty fun. Even though there may not be as many biomes as modern Minecraft, you never know what you're going to stumble upon. And it's pretty relaxing just going around looking at some of the quirks of the old terrain. Well, it's all nice and relaxing until you get a small lag spike, followed by a wave of darkness. And then it happens again, and again. Night is approaching quickly, and after a rude awakening by a skeleton, you realize that your best bet is probably just to try and stick it out for the night. But that's easier said than done. The lack of sprinting may be peaceful during the daytime, but it can be equally as terrifying at night. And that's mainly because you can't run away from mobs, at least not as easily. Not only does sprinting help in this regard, but it also lets you deal more knockback, making combat easier. And don't get me started on creepers. They actually turn this into a horror game, and I'm ashamed by the amount of times I've been jump scared by them. I'm gonna mark this off kind of with more torches, just so I know this is the way to get out. Nice. Now there could be others around, so I should definitely be careful when I go out there. Oh, no! Okay, those were only 2 examples, but this happens all the time to me. And even if you do see them in time, they'll start strafing you, making it harder to hit them. Eventually, as the sun rises and daylight starts to spread across your world, you're still not out of the woods. All the mobs make the same footstep sound, so I can't tell if it's a creeper or a chicken sneaking up behind me until it's too late. Like, I'm constantly in a state of paranoia until halfway through the day. And don't even get me started on spiders. Like, they can jump, man. Like, dude, get the hell away from me. Sorry. They're actually a unique mob in the fact that you can't outrun them, and I think this balances the difficulty at night. Minecraft's modern day solution is phantoms, but that's an interesting solution, to say the least. Don't worry, I won't open that can of worms in this video, but I think a lot of you know what I'm talking about. On top of all this, you're quite literally left in the dark, because there's no brightness slider or charcoal, which I had to learn the hard way my first night. I'm convinced that anyone who calls Minecraft a kids game has never played beta before. That's what turned a generation of boys into men. Okay, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but I think you get my point. Even though you can argue that modern Minecraft is more difficult in the beginning phase of your world, I think it's fair to say that beta is the more difficult game overall. This is mainly because you can't make it to the point where things start to become too easy. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of the grinding aspects of Minecraft, I'll admit that I think the grind to make the perfect set of armor can be pretty fun. I love the quiet times on my dock, fishing pole in hand as I listen to those C418 classics. Those new tracks though... yeah, I'm not quite sold on them yet. Anyways, after casting the final enchantment on my set of armor, that satisfaction quickly fades. I mean, I did it. I made that set of armor, but the realization quickly sets in that Minecraft isn't challenging anymore. Even if you do find yourself in a tricky situation, you can always use a Totem of Undying, as if nothing ever happened. On the flip side, beta armor mechanics never let you get to that point of invincibility. The fact that protection decreases as armor degrades means that pretty much all players are at the same level of protection throughout the game, which, mind you, is not very protected. Armor more so serves the purpose of helping you gather resources and explore, rather than something that makes you nearly invincible. Couple this with the fact that mobs are more difficult at night, and it makes sense why players don't feel that same late-game boredom as modern Minecraft players do. At the end of the day, I think the thing about Minecraft Beta that keeps players coming back is the fact that it's stupidly simplistic and stands out on its own compared to modern Minecraft. I'm not here to make the argument that old Minecraft is better than new Minecraft. I think both have their merits and are respectable in their own rights. At this point, Minecraft has brought nostalgia to 2 entire generations of kids, and will probably continue to do so for years to come. I can't wait to see the nostalgia over Minecraft 1.19 in 10 years from Gen Alpha and late Gen Z. That's gonna make me feel old, man. Regardless though, if you made it this far in the video, thank you, and I hope you enjoyed. And maybe load up a new Minecraft beta world for yourself and see if you agree with what I have to say. Anyways, have a good one everybody, and see ya.